Only one thing stayed the same. They locked the door and never opened it again. When Charles gained admission into Ashgrove College, he didn't care about the hostel rumours. He was happy to escape home, happy to start a new life. That first night, while dragging his suitcase down the dim hallway, he noticed something odd. All the room numbers were freshly painted, except one, 203. Its number was scratched out, violently. And the padlock looked older than the building itself, but Charles ignored it until he saw something that made him freeze. On the dusty floor in front of the door, someone had written, "Don't knock," in chalk, and the chalk was still fresh. Charles settled into his room, 205, just 2 doors away from the cursed room. At 2:47 a.m., he woke up to a sound. Knock, knock, knock. Not on his own door, but on the locked door of room 203. Slow, heavy knocks, like someone using their fist and their whole weight. The corridor light flickered, then he heard it. A girl's voice, soft, crying. "Please, open the door." Charles rushed to his peephole. The hallway was empty, but the voice kept crying. "Please, it's cold in here." The next morning, Charles asked the hostel caretaker about the room. The man stared at him as if he'd asked for death. "We don't talk about 203. Charles pushed. After a long silence, the caretaker whispered, 10 years ago. A girl named Emily lived there. She disappeared one night. Her roommates swore Emily walked out giggling, like she was talking to someone only she could see. But she never came back. Her room was wrong. Cold, wet footprints on the floor, and the door always opened by itself. Charles laughed nervously. Urban legends. They always sounded dramatic, until the man added quietly, "Every student who ever tried to open that room lost their mind." That night, Charles made the worst decision of his life. He stayed awake, waiting, and right on time, 2:47 a.m., knock, knock, knock. But this time, the voice sounded different, strained, broken, like someone whose lungs were underwater. "Open. I'm still here." Charles felt his hand moving toward his door, almost against his will. He stepped into the hallway. The air felt thick like breathing through cloth. And then, the door of room 203 shook, hard, as if someone inside was slamming their entire body against it. Boom, boom, boom! Dust fell from the ceiling. The padlock rattled like it was begging to break. A pale hand slid under the door, small, skinny, fingers trembling. "Please, let me out." Charles stumbled back. Then he did the one thing nobody had done in 10 years. He spoke back. "Who are you?" The hallway went dead silent. The hand stopped moving. Then it slowly curled into a fist and pointed directly at him. Charles heard the girl's whisper, but this time her voice was behind him. "I'm right. Here." He turned around so fast he nearly fell. Nothing, but his phone vibrated in his pocket. One new picture, taken just 1 second ago. A selfie, Charles, standing in the hallway, and behind him, a face, dripping with water, smiling wider than a human mouth should. Charles screamed and ran to his room. The caretaker found him the next morning shaking under his bed. He kept repeating the same thing. "She followed me. She followed me. She followed me." They moved him to a private ward. He never returned to school. And room 203? They put a new padlock on it. Fresh warning signs, fresh paint. But late at night, students still hear the knocking, knock, knock, knock. And a girl's voice whispering,